Good morning. It is Monday, December 21st, 2020, Bed Talk number 195 here today. And can you guess what I'm talking about? COVID, the pandemic, the thing that you forgot about. You forgot it was even happening, didn't you? Yeah, I know better. But here's what I specifically want to talk about. Over the last month, certainly the last couple of weeks, I can't begin to tell you how many times I have heard this phrase or something really close to it. I can't wait for 2020 to be over. I can't wait for 2020 to be over. My first question is why? Somehow we seem to believe that 2020, when it ends on December 31st at midnight, that suddenly everything will go back to whatever we think normal is. Well, folks, that's not reality. So, why do we want to be done with the year? And why do we believe that the end of the year will mean that the end of COVID and the pandemic and all the things that we have dealt with this year, whether it be the pandemic or the election or the social unrest, all the challenges we've had this year? Why do we really believe the next year will be different? Or are we just hoping, praying? Probably a little bit of that. Nothing wrong with some hope and prayer. But here's what I want you to invite you to shift to. Instead of thinking about what you don't want, you want this year to end. So you don't want more of 2020. And we could talk a lot more about that in alone. But instead, why don't you focus on the next 2 weeks before the end of 2020 as to what do you want in 2021? Now, that may seem obvious, but it's not, because if you're focused on what you don't want, that the best shot you have, and it's still unlikely, the best shot is you won't have as much of the thing you didn't want. That's not a strategy. And it's not a great way to live, because what it tells me is you're focused on what you don't have. You're focused on the problems, not the solutions, not the opportunities, not the learning, not the growth. What can you create differently going forward, even still in 2020? But if you're done with 2020, all I'm saying is stop talking about how you don't want any more of 2020. Stop saying how you can't wait for 2020 to be over, and start focusing on what you will create. And here it is, who you will be in 2021. That's my thought for today on Monday, December 21st, 2020, in Bed Talk 195. Keep taking care of yourself and everyone around you. And by all means, stay connected.